All right, here we go. We are now live with the King of Ireland tournament. We are casting some games from the Silver Division. This is RonaldRage versus ALIKOG. Let's make sure that we get our live chat enabled here. Yes, I know I'm live. Thank you, YouTube. So let's just take a look at the seeding here. This spreadsheet will ever open. Oh, yes, thank you for the tip of the day. Not responding. There we go. So let's see. RonaldRage versus ALIKOG. This is silver, so it's going to be somewhere in the threes here. And so we got RonaldRage versus ALIKOG. So it looks like we're looking at like a... Yeah, these guys are neck and neck. Pretty much identical statistics. I guess in terms of calculated averages, RonaldRage is about 40, 38, technically exactly 38 ELO ahead. So we'll see what these guys come up with. So the first map of any set is Irish Arabia, and you can already tell that RonaldRage is a villager ahead, so it looks like we've got, yes, indeed, Mayans against Malians. This is a tough matchup for Mayans. I feel like Mayans need to get in and do some damage early. Maybe he will. I would think archers would be good on this map. We'll see what these guys come up with. So we got RonaldRage getting Loom first, hopefully. Yep. This Mayans start the game housed. Okay, ALIKOG getting his house up. Taking sheep under the town center. So what do you want to do if you're Malians against Mayans? Well, Malians do have some decent cavalry. They're missing Blast Furnace, which is the final attack upgrade for infantry and cavalry. However, they get a unique tech called the Farimba, which gives their cavalry, I think it's like +6 attack. It's something insanely large. So there's a lot of raiding potential for the Malians. And this is an open map, which is very susceptible to raiding. So we might see some of that. Of course, Mayans a solid save, resources lasting longer. That should help RonaldRage with these really terrible wood lines here. Let's talk about maps. Whose map do we like better? Well, RonaldRage's gold is back. That's really nice. He's got forward gold, and forward stone, and then a second forward stone. So could you imagine if like ALIKOG towered this right here? Could deny all of RonaldRage's stone. That would be a catastrophic maneuver. So they are tied right now for villagers. So this is telling me that ALIKOG has gotten Loom early as well. Although, yeah, ALIKOG still pumping out villagers. ALIKOG should be a villager. Well, no, not necessarily. RonaldRage started out with another villager, actually. So ALIKOG has not gotten Loom. That explains it. So ALIKOG sending 4 over here to wood. Of course, what was I thinking? RonaldRage, of course he starts a villager head. So RonaldRage will pull 1 villager head when ALIKOG gets Loom. So ALIKOG has 4 on wood here. Is that a 5th? No, okay. He's snagging the boar now. As ALIKOG is out exploring the map, RonaldRage forgotten about his scout for now. He's already beaming the wall off. He's house-walled this. And ALIKOG now going out to berries. So if we have 4 on wood, then that's telling me man-at-arms or straight archers or fast castle. So you can't really infer too much from the wood. You can only really infer that it's not scouts if you see 4 on wood. So ALIKOG putting up a couple houses here. He's kind of walling his boar out. That's funny. Is he going to snag the boar now? Nope. Boar is going to respectfully move for that second house. ALIKOG better be careful. He might run out of food here. Hopefully he can get that house down in time. So RonaldRage, is he long distancing these deer? Yes, he is. He decides not to push the deer. RonaldRage valuing the scouting information more. Sending his eagle out to find his opponent. Okay. ALIKOG bringing in this boar. It's actually pretty good timing. He's only got like 15 food left on his first boar. He has found some more sheep, so these are coming in now. Although his scout is... Okay, his scout's over here. I don't think either of these players have found their opponent yet. RonaldRage is... Oh, he's looking for him. Hasn't found him yet. And ALIKOG... ALIKOG also not having found his opponent yet. So ALIKOG coming forward on 19 villagers with a barracks and house. A barracks seems early to me. I would build a second lumber camp first. But then again, I don't really know a good 22 pop man-at-arms build order. As RonaldRage attempts to steal this sheep here. Or maybe not attempts to steal it, but just gets close enough to convert it. But now his scout is wounded and cannot harass this barracks constructing villager. ALIKOG has not gotten loom yet, so that was actually very important for him. This could have easily been a dead villager had ALIKOG not wounded RonaldRage's Eagle Scout. So 2 on gold. ALIKOG is on his way up to the next stage. It is a 22 pop man-at-arms build. He's just a little bit ahead of RonaldRage here, who is at 23 pop because he started with an extra villager. So both having gotten loom, but he's a villager ahead because mines. Okay, and the militia are on their way forward. Let's see. We've got 1 militia out and 1 militia in queue for ALIKOG. And is he going to make another one, is the question. Meanwhile, RonaldRage... Okay, RonaldRage, a little bit more classic straight archers build. But he needs to start thinking about that barracks, and he's building it now. Alright, so RonaldRage is going straight archers. We will see if he can get his ranges up in time. This gate is going to be super vulnerable to man-at-arms pressure. ALIKOG... Okay, here's his 3rd militia. So he is going to have probably 3 man-at-arms. He has 2 on gold here. So ALIKOG electing for man-at-arms, the upgrade coming in right away. He even doesn't... Okay, it looks like he's got some villagers in queue as well. And he wants in. Look at that. Pounding away at the gate. So RonaldRage is going to attempt to repair it. That's going to work really well against militia, but once these man-at-arms come in, it's going to get really tough. Yeah, see, look at that. Health go down way faster as ALIKOG is on the prowl with his scout, maybe looking to pick off some walling villagers. It's kind of a dangerous lumber camp here. RonaldRage walling like that. RonaldRage, just wall right here. Just wall to the edge of the map right here. And then this lumber camp is safe. Okay, RonaldRage basically has 2 dead villagers here. I mean, they're not dead, but they have to repair things. So they might as well be dead right now. That's interesting. This gold scout just running right in front of ALIKOG's higher health scout. ALIKOG sees it now and is going to take advantage of that. Pick off RonaldRage's eagle. Even if this scout were even if neither scout were injured, eagles lose pretty decisively to scouts in the feudal age. So these man-at-arms not getting in and doing the damage the way that ALIKOG had wanted. But, you know, they are tying up one of RonaldRage's villagers, and he's going to need another one to stay ahead of repairs, I think, if ALIKOG sends his scout in. Hey, T-Bomber, Yo-Yo Dude, hello and welcome. We are live now. We're casting RonaldRage versus ALIKOG, King of Ireland. Alright, so we have 1 archer out for RonaldRage as ALIKOG is forced to turn back. ALIKOG does not have fletching yet. Let's see if RonaldRage doesn't have fletching up. Okay, so ALIKOG now attacking the barracks. The barracks has 1 melee armor as opposed to the palisade gates 2. So it's a little bit more vulnerable. As ALIKOG gets his first archer out here to harass repairing villagers. RonaldRage has made a skirm and an archer to try to attack these man-at-arms. Skate is going to go down pretty fast. I would be attacking with the scout, too. Attack with your scout, man. That's it's 5 extra damage right there. Well, 3 extra damage per hit. He's in, though. I think. Oh, nope. Villager is still repairing. Is it going down? So it's interesting. RonaldRage is targeting ALIKOG's archers instead, and the man-at-arms are finally in. ALIKOG has 9 military against RonaldRage's 3. He knows how to use his scout to take on this archer. Look at that. ALIKOG also having a villager advantage, 31 to 29. So he's throwing down lots of farms. ALIKOG doing a good job keeping his wood count below 200. I think that's probably the biggest mistake when you're going. Mayans lose to Malian longswords. I agree. I think ALIKOG has a civ advantage here. I think this extra pierce armor is really helping him too against these archers. Which, okay, they do have fletching now. ALIKOG taking RonaldRage off of wood. It's a real nail biter. But this is one of the biggest areas for people who do an archer build to improve upon. He's only got 5 on gold, so this is telling me he can only afford production from 2 ranges. And yet he is making from 1, but he's making from 2. So maybe he's planning on adding more. Oh no, apparently he's got 7 on gold somewhere. Tech blind. Let's see. No, there's only 5 there. Where are the other 2 on gold? Okay, the man-at-arms died somewhere, some way. They probably ran under the town center and got shot or something. That is a common fate of being a man-at-arms. Okay, so I count 7 on gold here for ALIKOG, and ALIKOG has not. I guess he's got a little ball of archers here, but I really don't think ALIKOG wants to invest too much in archers. As RonaldRage is getting the first gold mining upgrade. Generally, when you do an archer's build, you don't get that until you're on your way to the castle age. You want to click up to castle and get that power spike as soon as possible. The reason I think that ALIKOG doesn't want to invest too much in archers is because when it comes to Imperial Age, Malians do not get Bracer. So their Arbalesters really suck. Oh, T-Bomber testing out the Nightbot. Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to work for this case when I'm casting a wreck. It doesn't. It has no way of detecting what recordings I'm watching. You know, it's just using AOE2.net's API data to tell you what the latest match that I played was. And that was our Saranac game with digits. Okay, so ALIKOG is super close to clicking up. It's clicking up on 39 bills, which is about average, I think. He does have a few villager advantages over RonaldRage here. RonaldRage with about 3.5 minutes of idle time compared to ALIKOG's 1 minute of idle time. And ALIKOG now going up to the next stage. Now, let's see, where RonaldRage is getting pretty close to clicking up too. I think he's idling his town center to do it. Yep. And so he clicked up now. So RonaldRage with 4 minutes of town center idle time and ALIKOG with 1 minute. ALIKOG with a 5 villager advantage over RonaldRage. So RonaldRage is going to have to do some damage here to ALIKOG if he wants to climb back into this game. So we see supplies coming in for ALIKOG, and ALIKOG is no noob. You know, like a noob might look at supplies and think, "Oh, that sounds good. Why wouldn't I want? Why would I want my people to go into battle poorly equipped?" But supplies very specifically affects the food cost of the swordsman line. So this is a pretty good indicator for now that ALIKOG is interested in swordsmen in the Castle Age. He's getting the archer armor, which I don't really understand. My best guess for that is he is going to pick a fight with RonaldRage's archers and whittle them down. But I don't think he cares too much about this archer mass. As RonaldRage finishes Horse Collar after having put down 18 farms already. Ugh, feels bad. Tech Chariot hates getting Horse Collar before, or hates getting Horse Collar after building farms. Like, I always have to get horse collar before a single farm is built. These archers are getting massacred here, even with the armor. ALIKOG is severely outnumbered. So he advances to the castle age. Please don't get crossbowmen. He's getting everything. Holy greed. He's getting crossbowmen, squires, armor, and thumb ring. Okay, no, he cancels it. He cancels it. I think that's the right thing to do. ALIKOG sees the writing on the walls. Says, not today. Archers for me is not today. He's getting long swordsmen, squires, the first armor. He'll have the capacity to get the second armor. RonaldRage is teching into crossbowmen immediately. Just smart. Now, bear in mind, though, that ALIKOG's free pierce armor for infantry in this age will counter the extra damage that Bodkin provides. So, Bodkin, when you think about the Civ matchup, Bodkin is really only giving RonaldRage extra range, not damage. So ALIKOG has got a couple of pretty much worthless archers here. They're just standing ground and giving him warning for when RonaldRage is going to come. ALIKOG with 2 barracks production here. He's only got 5 long swords right now. He's got 4 in queue as he's getting the armor, the attack. The question is, can RonaldRage get some revenge on ALIKOG and kill some villagers to make up for the pressure earlier? There is a certain critical mass that ALIKOG is going to need to take on this number of crossbowmen. This is almost a mangonel number. In fact, this is a mangonel number of crossbowmen right here. ALIKOG is dodging the archers very expertly. He hasn't done anything about this over here. There's nothing stopping RonaldRage from just walking over. Oh, this is unfortunate. Unless these guys are like intending to trap the archers in the base. And these crossbowmen are struggling to take out these longswords, but I don't think this is enough longswords. We'll see. ALIKOG only has 3 on food right now. His farm economy has been garrisoned. No, okay, it is. This is enough longswords. Nicely played, ALIKOG. This RonaldRage has built a forward siege workshop, maybe a little bit premature. So he is microing against these longswords. Archers are slightly faster than infantry. Hey, Ice Bear, how's it going? Zerg, hello, hello. Welcome, guys. Hey, Ice Bear. I was wondering if you want to play in a show match against the Juicy Crew. We would love to play with you. It'd be a great opportunity to get some competition experience in. That is the best way to go from provisional member to full member in our clan. Right now, anyway. Okay, so ALIKOG's sort of feeding these longswords piecemeal to these crossbows. I really do think that even though ALIKOG's swordsmen have good pierce armor, he needs... Oh, no, okay, another barracks. We're doubling down on the swordsmen. I think ALIKOG needs a siege workshop just to help it out. Just for those situations where the crossbowmen clump up in the corner so that only 2 melee units can attack them at a time. That's where you need a mangonel to just throw a bunch of rocks on top of them. Okay, so RonaldRage is going to come back. Nope, okay, he's going around this time. Looking for some damage. ALIKOG, very paying attention, very vigilant. I don't know if 2 ranges was a good idea for ALIKOG. I think he maybe didn't invest in enough archers for 2 ranges to be worth it. Okay, well, RonaldRage has invested in siege. He's got a mangonel pressuring this range. If I were ALIKOG, I would totally not care about that. I'd be very grateful that that mangonel was pressuring buildings that I didn't intend to use anymore. Let's see. So RonaldRage on 3 town centers. He's catching up to ALIKOG in villager count. He still has a bit more idle time, although ALIKOG's idle time has been catching up as well. So ALIKOG with a good initial build, doing some early damage, and maybe it's a follow-up here that ALIKOG can work on. So he is being counterattacked by the Mayans. I should start practicing this game again, says Zerg. Yeah, maybe. Depends on if you're happy with where you're at. What's this? Where's this guy going, ALIKOG? Okay, so ALIKOG is launching the attack now. These crossbowmen are microing away from it. Okay, ALIKOG decides to take down the Scorpion first. And then we're going to take down the Mangonel second. Got a bunch of long swords. Archer and Archer Micro is just so annoying. This is where you need a Mangonel. Okay, RonaldRage is pulling ahead in villagers now. I don't know if ALIKOG has made a villager in a while. ALIKOG is still 2 town center, as he is walling this out. I think he's expanding to this wood line out here. That would be my guess. RonaldRage getting Thumb Ring now. He got Ballistics first. Makes sense. Zerg says, maybe I just keep trying dumb strats I think up. Well, that's always fun stuff. Depends on how try-hard you want to take it. But ALIKOG is just really struggling from the lack of siege here. Could you imagine like a few Scorpions behind this or a Mangonel behind this? The KD would definitely be in his favor. As RonaldRage has about a 20 kills more than ALIKOG does. So the KD is definitely favoring him. ALIKOG putting down another barracks. So I think you need, let's see, 2 villagers on gold per barracks. So he can afford it in terms of gold. In terms of food economy, I'm not so sure. RonaldRage has pulled ahead in the villagers. RonaldRage mega booming on 3 town centers. And he's still got his archers dancing around. Hey, Sandy42! Hello and welcome. We are casting RonaldRage versus ALIKOG. I'm glad that you're here, Sandy42. So RonaldRage is looking for some trouble. But ALIKOG has done a pretty good job of walling this side off right here. I don't know if RonaldRage can range this gold. I don't think so. But ALIKOG deciding to tear down some buildings. Does ALIKOG have arson yet? I don't know. I don't think so. This doesn't look like arson right here. As he's got a ton of swordsmen chasing these archers with a hill advantage. But the archers are going to annoyingly micro. I know I keep on saying it, but you gotta force fights somehow if you have the slower units. And generally you do that by attacking somebody's buildings. So RonaldRage is putting down a defensive castle here. ALIKOG moving up to attack RonaldRage, who is kind of walled into his side of the map here. But we see this a lot. Like, thanks for casting without the Minecraft mode. This is Capture Age, Sandy42. Unfortunately, Capture Age does not have a cubes option. It'd be cool if it did, though. But since I'm not playing, it's less important. Okay, as RonaldRage is microing against these Malian longswords. Yeah, so I think ALIKOG, he just really needs siege. I know that longswords have bonus damage against buildings, but this is killing him. Like, look at this KD, it's almost double. ALIKOG has lost so much food. Now, having said that, though, ALIKOG is pretty close to clicking up, and indeed, I think that's what ALIKOG desires. He is at 79 villagers compared to RonaldRage's 97. And with that, ALIKOG clicks up as RonaldRage is teching into infantry of his own. I mean, what do you do as Mayans against all this anyway? Do Mayans get Heavy Scorpion? Does anybody know? I think Heavy Scorpion may be the best answer against Malian longswords or Champ Scarls eventually. But could you imagine if, like, ALIKOG just had siege? I know I keep saying this, but, like, 2 Mangonels, and this is irrelevant. 2 Mangonels and all these crossbows can't do anything. Poor kids who grew up playing Minecraft and not AoE 2. Sandy42 says, fortunately. Hey now. Okay, RonaldRage is selling some stone, it looks like, and clicking up himself. So both players on their way to the Imperial Age. ALIKOG will be there first. RonaldRage has been aggressively building more villagers than ALIKOG has. Booming is more important to him. ALIKOG is indeed 3 town centers. He's built another town center out here and a castle to secure it. I don't know if anybody has grabbed the relics yet. It doesn't look like it, as ALIKOG decides to dive this town center. I don't know if ALIKOG has arson, but this looks pretty good. Either way, this town center's going down. I don't even think these crossbows can stop it. And he's going to get an extra pierce armor, too, in about 15 seconds. So it's going to be a big power spike. There we go. So they now have 6 pierce armor, and these crossbowmen do 7 damage per hit. So that means that these longswordsmen are taking 1 damage for every shot from these crossbowmen. But still, just so many crossbowmen. It doesn't matter. If you've got 35 crossbowmen, that's like 35 damage per shot. That's like half their health. It's a little over half their health. So ALIKOG needs to get the final armor here, and he needs to get 2-handed swordsman pretty soon. And that's what he's doing. As ALIKOG still has not made 1 siege weapon. Not one. Not a single siege weapon. No siege workshop, no trebuchet, nothing. Just more swordsmen. Sandy42 says Mayans have heavy scorpion, siege rams, and onagers. So it seems like we've got pretty good siege line then. That's probably what I would do if I were RonaldRage. So RonaldRage is going to get Bracer and Arbalister here. And I think Arbalisters have maybe 1 more attack than crossbowmen. I think they're 6. I don't remember. But these 2 upgrades alone are completely canceled out by the final armor. So now these 2-handed swordsmen have 8 pierce armor compared to 5 attack, 8 attack for these crossbowmen. So these crossbowmen, these Arbalisters now are doing 9 damage, and these 2-handed swordsmen have 8 pierce armor. So if you do the math, that's 1 damage per hit. T-Bomber says, I recently learned that Mayans counter Bohemians pretty well. That was a pretty insane game. ACCM versus Backed. Here come the 2-handed swordsmen. ALIKOG is hacking away at these longswords, and they aren't going to last very long. 2-handed swordsmen are much more powerful, and champions are even more powerful beyond that. But ALIKOG just doesn't have the numbers here. Seems like ALIKOG is suffering from a wood deficit. There's not a lot of wood on this map. So, check this out. So these Arbalisters have 9 attack right now, and these champions have 8 pierce armor. So these Arbalisters will do 1 damage per hit to the champions. But once chemistry comes in, the Arbalisters will have 10 attack to the champions' 8 pierce armor. So they'll do 2 damage per hit instead of 1. Now I know that that sounds insignificant, but that's double the amount of damage. So that means that instead of needing a group of 60, or let's see, how much health do these champions have? Instead of needing a group of 70 Arbalisters to one-shot a single champion, after chemistry comes in, he'll only need 35, which he has. So it will make this group of Arbalisters capable of one-shotting the champion once chemistry comes in. That's why these upgrades are so important, you guys. So we're going to do a quick cast here of ALIKOG versus RonaldRage, and then John CZ3. He's going to do some streaming sometime tonight. I'm not exactly sure when. It's got a lot going on today, as RonaldRage was pushing into the castle, decides to... Ah, okay, finally, trebuchets, thank you. So, here's ALIKOG's win condition. ALIKOG's win condition is keep this army away from his trebuchets while they destroy RonaldRage's town. That's his win condition. If he can keep enough of a champion mass to do that, he will win the game. So ALIKOG destroys that town center and then decides to get out of there. That area is getting overrun. I think ALIKOG has had success with Malian champions in the past, so he's hesitant to change into anything else. But RonaldRage is chasing these units down. Okay, as both players' siege goes down, it looks like RonaldRage does have one trebuchet left over at the end of the day. And now ALIKOG is boomed up to 105 villagers to RonaldRage's 128. And, okay, so it looks like RonaldRage is waiting for this castle to go down, and then he'll push in. ALIKOG needs to build up some more mass. KD is very much in favor of RonaldRage. If this were an equal KD, RonaldRage would be toast. So this castle is close to going down. I don't think ALIKOG can take this fight here. He's got champions. Just keep building your mass, dude. There's no reason to dive this anymore. The castle's gone. There's no reason to take this fight. Winning this fight isn't going to get you anything, even if you could win. Have the fight back here in front of your other castle when you have more of a champion mass. Now these trebuchets are going to go down. What do we got over here? We got a champion raid on RonaldRage's gold. He sees it. Decides to fight the champions. That's a big mistake. These champions are going to take 1 damage per hit from these villagers and kill them in like 3 hits themselves. ALIKOG holding on. Machine gun arbalists. So what is ALIKOG gonna? What's ALIKOG's next move here? He's outnumbered 3-1 in military. Okay, all right, smart. So he is massing his troops back here. But this gold is being harassed. This gold is worth fighting over, but he doesn't have the men to fight over it right now. He needs to go find a different gold to take. He is putting up a castle over here to secure this wood line and maybe kind of this wood line too. RonaldRage has made an Eagle Warrior. Interesting. He does have a bunch of barracks up, so what is this? Oh man, this is so annoying. These champions. In on RonaldRage's eco. Malian longswords falling like flies. So these two-handed swordsmen here from the Mayans are not really a powerful unit, but because they've got so many archers at their back, they're able to deal with these champions more effectively. Hey, Molnar Pitar. Ah, okay. Got it. Hello and welcome. Tipe is a name that I definitely know. We are casting RonaldRage versus ALIKOG, King of Ireland. This is Game 1, Silver Division. These guys are between 1,200 and 1,300 ELO. As ALIKOG just can't keep up the production, man. He's got 10 military, 89 villagers. RonaldRage has all the momentum. He's on his way in. ALIKOG just not taking good fights. Overconfident. Overconfident in the Malian champ Scarls. I think never really built the mass that he needed. Threw away units taking fights up here when he wasn't ready. Really didn't need to. He does have the superior army composition. There's There was no reason to rush this game. Now RonaldRage has this big mass of 60 military and is up here in ALIKOG's face, building a get out of my game siege workshop. Look at that. So ALIKOG does have 26 military somewhere. Here's 14 of it. And maybe a couple more champions standing around. But he can't really seem to do anything about this core group of units. Not one mangonel being made from ALIKOG. He did make trebs. As ALIKOG is probably going to come in to snipe this trebuchet. Oh, no. RonaldRage sees it. He's running away. Sandy42 and Tipe talking about Eastern Europe. Eastern and Central and Southern Europe. Okay, interesting. ALIKOG building a cheeky castle over here on top of RonaldRage's villagers. Mining gold. The only thing that would make this better is if he walled them in before he finished the castle. Okay, trebuchet going down. Oof. RonaldRage losing 3 or 4 villagers to that. So this is a good play. And now this gold is safe for him to take. But he's got to be careful because RonaldRage has a castle right here. Could easily make a trebuchet and treb his castle from the safety of his own. Okay, so RonaldRage is putting up another castle here. ALIKOG sending a couple trebs this way. What's the plan here? The plan is to secure this area and treb this castle down. What do I hear? I hear clinging and clanging. Okay, we got a siege ram working on ALIKOG's base. T-Bomber says, I've heard Hungarian is one of the most difficult languages in the world. Could Hungarian really be more difficult than English? I think I've heard something similar from Tipe, actually. Okay, RonaldRage with lots of resources. ALIKOG is running low on gold. What do we got here? Okay, so he does deny this castle. It was either destroyed or deleted. Probably destroyed. As RonaldRage pushes forward with the rams. The two-handed swordsmen, the skirms, the arbalisters, it's just too much. He's got a more than 2-to-1 military advantage. And he has more villagers, too. About 20 more villagers. I think there was, you know, I've seen this a lot in the King of Ireland maps. A lot of people have said that these maps are like snowbally, that once one player is ahead, that's it, right? And the game is basically a crawl until one player resigns, right? That once you start winning, there are no comebacks. Your opponent can't get back into the game. But I actually disagree. While I've been casting this set, I've seen so much opportunity for both players on both sides to win the game. And you really can follow the game recording back in time and find the point at which somebody made a decision that cost them the game. And you can generally find like 3 or 4 of these per game. At least 2, I would say. Tipe says, I don't think these maps are snowbally. I agree. Because there was a window here in which ALIKOG could have killed RonaldRage. ALIKOG needed like a mangonel and maybe a couple mangonels and to build his champion mass, sit back here and maybe quietly treb his castle or this castle with like 2 mangonels or 3 mangonels sitting by it. If he had had that, he would have won. He would have been able to build the military mass required to deal with this frankly, inferior army composition from the Mayans, right? These are really terrible two-handed swordsmen and arbalisters, which tickle Malian champ scarls. They only do 2 damage per hit. The low elo players usually suffer from tunnel vision, or even mid elo players. They do. I agree. I agree, but you know, I was really impressed by what I saw with ALIKOG. Like he did a better man-at-arms push on RonaldRage than I am capable of doing. These players are between 1200 and 1300 elo. So, had ALIKOG been playing against me, that man-at-arms push might have very well killed me. So now ALIKOG is kind of in a tough position where he has to attack these trebuchets because they're threatening his castle now. This is a fight that he has to win. He has to take and win. But his opponent has 30 more villagers and twice the military. His opponent is other places on the map. His opponent's killing him over here and pushing him over here. And so ALIKOG having to respond. Well, he's very lucky RonaldRage has not brought this military over here. Come on, ALIKOG, snipe the trebs. That's what you need. There he goes. Alright, he's turning around and saying, okay, I'll take these trebs. Thank you very much. As the trebuchets go down. Okay, ALIKOG has some idle villagers here. He's got to send those boys to work. There we go. RonaldRage actually running low on wood of all things. Which is interesting. So in a way, you know, ALIKOG is kind of lucky. He's selected a unit composition which doesn't require wood. So his wood supply is much better than RonaldRage's. But his gold and food supply are dwindling. He's got 15 military and 58 villagers. He's at 74 pop to RonaldRage's 190. So I have a feeling that we're going to see a GG pretty soon. But it does make me kind of happy to see players buy wood on this map in the late game instead of selling it all the time. It's another ram is rolling forward. I freaking love siege rams, you guys. I'm sorry. They're fantastic. They're probably one of my favorite units in the game. They can keep so many other units busy. They're like, oh, we have to destroy that, otherwise it'll level our whole town. It's just siege rams just have a way of bulldozing an entire town in front of them. We got skirmishers working their way forward. The two-handed swordsman. And this is an important flank for ALIKOG. He's got 2 relics here, providing gold income. And he's about to lose them. ALIKOG hanging on, though. I believe it wasn't ALIKOG that had a really drawn out and messy battle with Geo in the Banana Open Classic. I think that was ALIKOG. And whoever this player was, they had Malian champ scarls. And the champ scarls were just tanking all of the arrow fire. It was ridiculous. There's nothing like melting a base with a dozen siege rams. Exactly. Siege rams are just so good. You show up with a dozen siege ram, and your opponent has a choice of destroying your siege ram and saving their town, or attacking your army. And you know, it's 12 units. So they can basically save their army or save their town, not both. As ALIKOG is evacuating. Although he's left these villagers in the corner, because what are the chances they're going to escape anyway? ALIKOG selling wood for gold, 14 gold exactly. Now this is a tournament match, so you can't really fault ALIKOG for fighting on, right? If you lose the first game in a best of 3, it's tough. It's tough. You got to win the final 2. We were all on the edge of our seats for Plush Werewolf versus Kitza. Plush Werewolf lost the first game of that set, and everybody was super on edge about, is this the end of Plush Werewolf in the King of Ireland tournament? What are the chances the guy, after winning the first, or after losing the first, is gonna win the final 2? So no one faults ALIKOG for carrying on here. I mean, he's got plenty of wood lines and plenty of trees and stuff, but his base has just been decimated. Look at all this grass, or all this dirt too here, where buildings used to be. Either ALIKOG's buildings or a failed forward siege workshop from RonaldRage. ALIKOG still has not made a single siege workshop, as RonaldRage's pikemen have taken ALIKOG off of wood and stone over here. Since we got a house and a palisade wall up there. ALIKOG still... Okay, he was taking gold. Now we're going to dive this trebuchet. Got a couple of champions to do it with. Where's ALIKOG going to go? Maybe he'll go up here and take this wood. He does still have a smoldering castle over here on the left. Maybe ALIKOG has been brought hope by the fact that he's seen his opponent transition into skirmisher. So maybe he thinks that RonaldRage is running low on gold. And that he has a chance if RonaldRage runs out of gold. But RonaldRage has plenty of gold here. A relic is missing. Oh, RonaldRage stealing that relic. So RonaldRage is finally getting the final attack upgrade. This will help his two-handed swordsman do a little bit better against champions. ALIKOG is down to 12 military and 53 economy. So, ALIKOG just collecting some free information at this point, seeing how his opponent closes out a game. I don't think ALIKOG at this point believes that he's going to win here. This is just, you know, what can I learn about my opponent before the game's over? And with that, ALIKOG gives the GG, having created 542 champions, and RonaldRage with 233 two-handed swordsmen. But I think that both players had the opportunity to win this game. But all of us, except for the people at the very top, make mistakes all the time, and just RonaldRage making fewer mistakes, having a more varied and versatile army composition to deal with ALIKOG's superior champ scarls. So we give the first game to RonaldRage. GG. It was a fun set, and like I said, both players here had the ability to win this game. There were points where either one of them could have won, and it was a pleasure watching. Man, Ireland doesn't look so pretty like this, huh? All right. So let's bring up Akil here, and we'll start watching. That is the second game. This is ALIKOG's home map, Akil. So you can bet that he's got something planned for it. Can we pause this real quick? I'll be right back. Let me refill my water here. All right, I'm back. My glass has been refilled. We are a happy camper. So, Akil, let's go. Now on Akil, you don't need to build starting houses. ALIKOG realizes this. RonaldRage does not. So RonaldRage builds some houses here. You start with some houses on your home island here. And this section of the map is just not part of the map. It's kind of like Canberra. You just don't play with this part. But there's all kinds of lumber down here and houses and some loot. So, Accio was made to intentionally starve players of wood. You know, in practice, watching these wrecks, I don't think players are as starving for wood as I wanted, unfortunately. So we may have to revisit the balance of this map after the tournament, but we can't really change it for now. People have already designed build orders and plans and everything. So, RonaldRage... Oh no, RonaldRage is the one who has not built houses. ALIKOG has built houses. Oops. Okay. So RonaldRage here with the Saracens, ALIKOG with the Britons. Both civs have obvious advantages on this map. Britons take sheep so fast, and sheep are an important early source of food. As you can see, you can make sheep at your mill here. And that's what ALIKOG is doing. I am pleased to see that ALIKOG has not dropped a lumber camp on these decorative eye candy bushes here. These bushes actually technically have negative wood supply, so you cannot interact with them at all. You can flatten them with onagers and siege onagers, and trebuchets and ballista elephants, but you cannot collect wood from them. It's a little quirk of the map. So RonaldRage is looking for a peat farm. He's going to find one here. So he has found a peat farm that will really help out his wood income. And ALIKOG prioritizing looking for sheep over the peat farm, which I think is a mistake. I think you want to make sure that you find a peat farm first. A peat farm is worth 2.6 villagers on wood. So it's very important. Because ALIKOG is sending a lot over to wood here. He's got 5 on wood, plus he gets 2 villagers on wood. He gets a wood income equivalent to 2 villagers on wood just for existing. And he's spending it. Has either player docked? Okay, RonaldRage is building a dock now. However, ALIKOG is building a barracks. So ALIKOG with a little bit more of a traditional Arabia style approach to this. If you play as Huns, do you start with houses too? Does it influence your pop space? So, the answer is yes and no. Those are your 2 answers, Sandy. If you play as Huns, you will still get these houses here. No, wait, what? Where did RonaldRage's houses go? Did he delete them? Why? Why, dude? What's going on? Did you guys see that? Am I crazy? Weren't there red houses down here at the beginning of the game and now there aren't? So, if you play as Huns, you do start with houses, but they don't influence your pop space. You still have 200. Or whatever the pop limit is. He may have confused them for the yurt that gives the gold drain. You're right. That could explain why he built the houses immediately and why he deleted these ones down here. That's funny. The yurt on ALIKOG drains your gold, so maybe that's what he was thinking of. So he has a peat farm here. ALIKOG has not discovered a peat farm yet, as far as I know. A peat farm would be like having 3 free villagers on wood. So that is unfortunate. Alright, I think ALIKOG is about to find this one. Come on, ALIKOG. Okay, he actually does control it already. ALIKOG has way too much wood. He's got 6 villagers on wood, and then he has 2 villagers equivalent on wood just for existing. And RonaldRage is on his way to the feudal age at 24 pop. ALIKOG at 25 pop, but he's got some militia here. What's going on? You can actually destroy your opponent's peat farms too. Look at this. They only have half the normal amount of health. As RonaldRage is taking food from this farm. RonaldRage fishing. Okay, ALIKOG not making any more sheep. He has clicked up to the next stage himself. So he's got approximately 2 minutes of hell here. As RonaldRage is in the feudal age and has a big technological advantage over him. Of course, he is here. He knows RonaldRage is trying to go on to gold, so maybe he'll try to annoy this. But if it's only 2 militia villagers can fight that. Oh no! It's the militia dying to town center fire and villager shanking. Saracens is a really clever pick here. Yeah, I mean, you know, being able to abuse the market could be very valuable on a map with scarce resources, especially wood. I would assume that that's why RonaldRage picked them. Yeah, here comes the market right here. So RonaldRage wants FC. ALIKOG wants aggression. He drushed him. He's on his way up to the feudal age. So I'm not sure what's next. When I cast Ben-Gudi versus Shikso, there was a lot of feudal aggression on this map. But these players, it seems, just want to go to Castle Age. Nope, double ranges for ALIKOG. So this is quite perilous for RonaldRage. RonaldRage is in trouble. If ALIKOG camps these two, or this gold mine, RonaldRage won't be able to take gold. So we got 8 on gold here for ALIKOG. That's how many you need to just continuously make villagers from 2 ranges. But he's not doing that. He's getting fletching. Okay, yep, he is doing it now. He's got archers in queue. Alright. RonaldRage is building a barracks finally. I think he wants to try to like wall this off, maybe encase this. This outpost actually has extra vision from over normal outposts. So even though ALIKOG hasn't gotten town watch, this outpost still has really nice vision. And this is done to give you kind of a heads up so the game is less snowbally. You can see your opponent's attack coming sooner. Oh no, interesting. ALIKOG is going archers so that he can pick on these pirates that are guarding this trade workshop here. Red needs to scout those ranges and drop a tower. Yeah, a tower could be pretty good here. As ALIKOG is moving onto this gold. He's actually on the safer back gold back here. Maybe he's afraid of RonaldRage pressuring this gold up here, but now that he's got some military, he doesn't mind. So these spearmen have very short sight. They can't see the big picture. If you attack and micro them, they are very vulnerable to archers. They die. They're basically just a ring around the trade workshop here to prevent scouts from coming in and capturing these trade workshops. And if these archers, though, do get hit by these spearmen, these pirates do have very devastating attack. These spearmen have 12 attack. So as ALIKOG takes this trade workshop, this will be great for his economy. So I bet this was ALIKOG's plan all along, as these spearmen are chasing. Alright, there we go. He manages to take it without taking too much damage here. As ALIKOG wants to push across and take all these trade workshops, it'll give him a fantastically huge eco. As RonaldRage is teching into the second armor and looks like he is going to night rush ALIKOG. He's got 3 knights in production and 1 on the field so far. Okay, ALIKOG taking a second trade workshop now. Is he going to take this one all the way up here next to RonaldRage? Every trade workshop that you control gives you an equivalent of 2 villagers on wood. Oh wait, what's this? What's this? ALIKOG doesn't control it anymore. What the heck? Is this because of this Gaia unit? Could be a bug. I don't know what to do about that. Controlling all the workshops is strong. It's free villagers. It's RonaldRage's castle now. He's getting Bodkin, Crossbowman. Maybe he notes that this trade workshop isn't under his command anymore. Okay, so what's RonaldRage going to do? Saracens don't get Cavalier. They get Knights, though. He is going to make a Mangonel. That's what he's going to do. When he's not housed. So he's getting this house up. Okay, RonaldRage looping around. Looks like he wants to sneak this trade workshop away from ALIKOG. Not quite getting close enough to it, though. You got to get basically right next to these trade workshops. Like the front of these trade workshops right next to them, I find, is what converts them the most effectively. So what's ALIKOG's plan here? He's got 28 crossbowmen. As RonaldRage elects to go Knights for raiding purposes. He picks off one of ALIKOG's villagers. Wouldn't it be sick if ALIKOG turned this into a fast imp? RonaldRage destroying ALIKOG's peat farm. These knights are raiding ALIKOG's villagers. So hard to defend on this map. You need town centers. Oh, we got a castle drop here. ALIKOG comes, big shot, but the archers all had full health, so he was not able to kill any. There we go. He takes a villager or an archer down. This ALIKOG is good with the archers here. Being chased off, and this castle is going to go up. ALIKOG sees it going up. He wants to deny it. So what you do is you snipe the Mangonel first, and then you come in and kill the villagers. And just let the knights attack, I guess. This castle goes up. That's really unfortunate for ALIKOG. He's going to need to get out of there. Can no longer take that gold. He does have gold back here, though. He's depleted this gold. No archers should counter Mangonels. I agree. 100% agree. I think ALIKOG just needs to select a unit that is more versatile. What a back and forth game. Agreed. Britain archers are extremely obnoxious. ALIKOG, sell your gold, or sell your food, sell your stone, and click imp, dude. Build a siege workshop if you need one. He's got a university. Imp could be super strong off of this. RonaldRage is nowhere near Imperial Age. Just got this forward castle here. He does have the stone to make another castle, but I think ALIKOG wants a castle of his own. He's got so much food. RonaldRage just free fishing over here. I don't know if ALIKOG realized that you can totally fish on this map. Okay, RonaldRage putting up another castle here. ALIKOG getting Horse Collar. That's funny. No, okay, he cancels it. Horse Collar is probably top of the list here for the least useful technologies on this map. You can't build farms, so it makes no sense. If the farms are destroyed, they will respawn. So all that ALIKOG has to do is go rebuild this farm over here, and he can get the wood income back. Watch out, ALIKOG. Here comes a Mangonel. Ooh, that hurts. So I think ALIKOG, watching this, I think ALIKOG's big weakness is ALIKOG wants to make one type of unit. He wants to make one unit, and he wants to do it well. In this case, it's Britain archers. Like, could you imagine if ALIKOG he's got so much wood and food. Could you imagine if ALIKOG had, like, 20 pikemen? here. RonaldRage would not be getting away with this, but he is. So ALIKOG can and should build a defensive castle somewhere. Saracen Knights, who would have thunk it? RonaldRage has secured this trade workshop in the middle. Looks like nobody's gone after this one. He's got knights, so he doesn't want to go anywhere near these spearmen. But we got 22 villagers here for ALIKOG and 45 for RonaldRage. But ALIKOG with a massive military advantage. But that could all change with a few well-placed mangonel shots. So ALIKOG is building a castle with a single villager. Back here. ALIKOG, dude. Sell your food. You don't need all this food. Click imp. Go up to the next stage. Finish this castle. Go imp. And treb all this nonsense down. You'll have Arbalester once you're an imp. And mangonels stand no chance against Britain Arbalester. Neither do knights, for that matter. But instead, RonaldRage is on his way to the Imperial Age first. Yeah, I agree. It looks like RonaldRage has got this game. We'll see, though. Okay, ALIKOG clicking up. Selling the resources and then clicking up. Now that he has the required number of buildings. And these 3 mangonels just doing work here to ALIKOG's buildings. I mean, this is a lot of wood right here. ALIKOG has nothing on wood, but he's still got to come up with the buildings to replace these. So ALIKOG's only wood income is this right here. Let's see, what are we getting here? Yeoman for ALIKOG. I think that gives his archers extra range and attack, maybe? You guys can correct me about that. Okay. RonaldRage has advanced to the Imperial Age. So what does he do with it? First things first, the armor for cavalry. And he doesn't get cavalier, so I guess maybe more knights? ALIKOG trying to keep this range up. He needs the production. This is quite a few archers. But RonaldRage with all the map control. Taking all the res. Has all these redundant peat farms. Doesn't have this peat farm. That's an opportunity for ALIKOG. These pikemen are slowly taking down this castle. That's pretty funny. Look at this castle. I mean, these pikemen could reasonably kill this castle. Okay, we got trebuchets out. Just as ALIKOG hits him, so that's some pretty clutch timing here. No, don't lose them. Don't lose them. Alright, good. He snipes them. And this is some pretty scary archer mass right here. Okay, ALIKOG, make some trebs of your own and pressure this castle. This town center is maybe more of a liability for ALIKOG than anything else at this point. What's this outpost doing here, I'm wondering? He's just shooting this trebuchet to take it down. Look at this stack right here. It looks like a line, but it's actually a bunch of men standing in a line. Okay, Arbalester and Chemistry is coming in. Chemistry will help RonaldRage kill this trebuchet here. It says the trebuchet has 150 pierce armor. I'm not sure if I believe that. Maybe it's just that they have low health. And in that case, Chemistry wouldn't help at all. Yo, dude, get out of range of this castle. Okay, he's still got 52 archers now. But, oh, Arbalister was cancelled because it was in the range that got destroyed. And this castle is being threatened by the Trebuchet now. But ALIKOG can probably come around to the other side of this university and pick that off. RonaldRage has teched into knights. But these knights are just knights, right? They're not cavalier. They've got all the armor, thankfully, for them, but it's tough. Just winning this with just knights. Because knights technically are a castle age unit. Alright, so what's the plan here? Okay, so ALIKOG is getting Arbalister now with his archery range that is at 1/4 health. He's got a big military, and he's got a Trebuchet now knocking at the door for RonaldRage. So, you know, I almost think RonaldRage should just dive this. Just cut your losses, dive this, and just make more knights. Because this is really all that ALIKOG has. RonaldRage has a huge villager advantage. Rams would be nice from red too, and siege rams are like the one thing that Britons really struggle with. It looks like ALIKOG wants to dive this, or this RonaldRage wants to dive this Trebuchet with his knights, but he's afraid of all these Arbalisters. Yeah, see, like, look at that. All these Arbalisters fired at a knight and didn't kill it. Castle fire, Arbalister fire. This is the big battle that will determine the outcome of the game. So ALIKOG is getting the armor. These knights are going down fast, actually. The castle goes down. RonaldRage's castle goes down. So ALIKOG loses his castle. RonaldRage loses his castle. And I think ALIKOG is barely going to win this fight. Had those been Cavalier, he would have won he would have lost decisively. So now what does ALIKOG do? I guess he builds a new castle. He has the stone for it. Knight is raiding this town center here. But he has the archers to push this Trebuchet back. Oh my goodness. Is ALIKOG making a comeback here? Is ALIKOG going to do this? What if ALIKOG dropped a castle, like right here, secured this stone, this gold, and then pushed in from the north, gutted these wood choppers? That could be pretty scary. So ALIKOG should definitely destroy this farm here. I think people don't realize how important these farms are. Come on, do it, ALIKOG. Destroy it. He can do it. Get it. No, not wasting time with it. Getting the knight instead. He's got just a couple archers here just to prevent RonaldRage from taking this gold. ALIKOG with a bunch of idols. 16 idle villagers. It's half of his eco. Because he is taking more sheep. No, okay. He's gonna... Where's he going with these? He's got all the food in the world, ALIKOG. Sell food, ALIKOG. Buy what you need. Mangonels are a waste. I agree with that, T-Bomber. Mangonels are useless against Briton Arbalisters in Imperial Age. And frankly, alright, this is an okay castle spot. I like this, actually. It'll secure this stone, and it'll be a good tread platform for this other castle here. RonaldRage controls 2 of the trade workshops in the middle, and ALIKOG controls 1. So I don't think either player's made a pass for the relics. RonaldRage is taking the neutral gold in the middle of the map, as ALIKOG is destroying this neutral village. These people have had a hard life, ALIKOG. He's making it harder. So ALIKOG needs trebuchets now. I wonder if he buys the wood. He has 2.5k food. Looks like he just sold some for some gold. Smart. Okay, and ALIKOG has a trebuchet in queue. But Onager are not completely useless against Arbalisters, but at least Briton Arbalisters, but ALIKOG is definitely going to see that. Does he know about them? Yes, he knows about them. So they're on his periphery. He knows that his opponent has Onager now, which is much scarier. Onager has a higher damage, obviously, than Mangonels, and higher range, and more health, and more... Do they have more armor? No, they don't have more armor. But, I mean, still, this is a lot of Britain archers. They're still not that countered by Onagers, to Tipe's chagrin. So we got a cavalry... cavalry just repositioning. Thinking about charging. Probably what will happen is these Onagers will move in closer as the cavalry are taking a fight and getting a surround, and then the Onagers will flatten the archers. These Onagers are probably going to hit this trebuchet now. Okay, it looks like RonaldRage did eventually clear up these spearmen that were attacking his castle, but look where the health of his castle's at. That's pretty funny. As RonaldRage snipes this trebuchet and then runs away. So both players still 1 TC. I think more TCs is a decent idea. I mean, I understand only 1 TC. I really do. You want to put everything you can into military because the map is so open and impossible to wall. And I think ALIKOG is going to lose this castle again, this other castle. He does have a trebuchet out, though. I think RonaldRage will lose his castle. ALIKOG pushing forward. RonaldRage getting iron casting now. But this trebuchet with a hill advantage over this castle takes the castle down. Now the arbalisters can destroy the trebuchet. And ALIKOG taking some map control back. He has finally destroyed this farm, so that's great. He's got 2 more to go, I think. And then he'll deny RonaldRage that wood income. It's ALIKOG building his new castle a little bit further up, a little bit closer to this gold, so that he can take it finally. ALIKOG has a bunch on... He has nothing on food, and yet he's getting a food income. How can that be? How is that possible? It can't be that... Surely it's not this trade workshop. Surely this trade workshop is not giving ALIKOG a food income. Looks like ALIKOG has got a gold trickle too. And a wood trickle. The wood trickle is intended. I'll have to go check that out after this cast. Because it is not intended that these trade workshops provide food and gold trickle. So we got Treb v Treb here. ALIKOG wants to take down this this stable. Like, see that? What's going on here? Can anybody think of where that food could be coming from? I guess, I don't know. Okay, as these archers are coming in to kill this trebuchet, RonaldRage has just completed Siege Onager. I think siege weapons, siege Onagers, and Onagers are a waste of time against the Britons. They just, if the Briton player is paying attention, it's too much. He needs skirmishers. He doesn't want to make them, I know, but he needs them. That's the unit he needs here. That would be the play. And Saracens will get all the upgrades for skirmishers too. So RonaldRage is on the back foot now. ALIKOG seems to be making a comeback. RonaldRage only has a 10 villager advantage. Both players with at least 15 minutes of town center idle time. Yeah, Red is making all the wrong units. Saracens. He's even making fire ships. For what? His opponent has no dock. These siege onagers are fleeing the arbalisters, which is never how it should work. So what do we got here from ALIKOG? I think this is another castle drop. I think he is waiting for the stone. Got one on stone, or he had one on stone somewhere. Scrim Ram would have won, probably. I agree. As RonaldRage's town center is under siege. He's trying to get a good surround on these archers. It's not going to happen. Here's a big fight. ALIKOG with many arbalisters. Trying to prevent RonaldRage from getting the surround. RonaldRage does not commit. He doesn't commit to it. He's got so many knights. Like, look at how much food and gold have gone into these knights. This is 37 knights right here. Could you imagine 37 siege rams? Now, I get that siege rams don't cost the same units or the same resources as knights, but still. Could you imagine half this amount of siege rams? ALIKOG would be dead. 10 siege rams over here, and ALIKOG would be toast. So RonaldRage has expanded up here. He's built a castle now, and he's building stables. He wants to turn this into a raiding game. And it looks like there was kind of a big fight here, except there are more knights and a trebuchet back here. And ALIKOG coming out on top. I still don't understand where this food income is coming from. I will have to check that out. Sorry, guys, I keep bringing it up. It's really bothering me. Let's see. RonaldRage is still fishing. ALIKOG hasn't found his fishing economy yet. ALIKOG has not returned to the trade workshops either. This siege onager is so much investment, and they're not even getting a shot off. So RonaldRage is still making knights. He's got 19 knights in queue. And he's looking for blood. He's looking for some blue villagers to kill. See if he finds any. Well, he destroyed the university. ALIKOG spreading out across the map. Look at this. You can see like a shock wave here. ALIKOG has 75 military. And like 3 of it is trebuchets. It's all, the rest of it is all arbalisters. So this could be a mistake from ALIKOG to divide and conquer, if you will. And I think RonaldRage is going to take advantage of that. He's going to pick on ALIKOG's armies while they're divided. Nope, doesn't commit to it. So if you're ALIKOG, you've got to be asking, where the heck is RonaldRage getting all this food from? I destroyed his town center, and he's not taking sheep under that, so there must be fishing. And indeed, there is fishing right here. And ALIKOG is not on the water at all. Could you imagine being ALIKOG and looking back and saying, oh, shoot. If only I had made some fire ships, I could have killed this. Maybe he could end it right here. Look at how rich ALIKOG is now. RonaldRage with 66 knights coming in, committing, diving to take the fight. Here it is. Trying to get a surround on the Arbalisters. As the Arbalisters back themselves into a corner against the Reeds. The Knights are not fighting properly. And the army sizes are still about the same. RonaldRage getting a surround there. This is the surround that he needs. The Arbalisters are going down now. 55 to 20, less than 20 now. As he cleans up all of the archers. Wow. We got another range coming down for ALIKOG. ALIKOG still has good resources. Problem is he's only got 14 military on the field. Could you imagine if these 14 units were halberdiers? These knights couldn't go anywhere near them. But instead they're probably Arbalisters. As RonaldRage says, I have done enough. Time to leave. He's gonna go pick on this ball of archers now. If I were RonaldRage, I would have ripped right through and slaughtered these gold miners right here. There are 15. Yeah, there are 14. No, there are 12 villagers here. That's half of ALIKOG's eco. Think about it. RonaldRage is attacking this indestructible dock. There's nothing else for these fires to do. Now, ALIKOG fighting on, fighting for his life. This could be a deciding match, right? If RonaldRage wins this, ALIKOG will be out of the King of Ireland tournament. So he definitely wants to win. He's going to fight to the last. So RonaldRage has finally gone into Hussar. Is ALIKOG still only making Arbalisters? Okay, RonaldRage gonna let ALIKOG pick off these trebs again. What was this? I think this was an archery range here. But this is also an awkward position to attack the Arbalisters from, so I do understand. I understand that one. Siege Workshop. Now, you know that Saracens get Siege Ram, so maybe RonaldRage is thinking Siege Ram? Sandy42 says, I plan to watch the whole series, but I'm sleepy. Good night, everyone. This game is lasting for quite some time, Sandy42. Thank you for being here, and you'll be able to catch the remainder of the recording when you wake tomorrow. Alright, RonaldRage taking another fight here. Getting a surround on these Arbalisters. RonaldRage running away again. Neither of these players can seem to kill each other. So RonaldRage is selling wood for gold. He's using the Saracen bonus, so he's getting 19 gold per 100 wood that he sells instead. We got some siege onagers in here. This could be dangerous. I think ALIKOG wants to get too close to this. So ALIKOG is putting up a castle on these gold mines here. Yeah, there's really no reason to be too close to this siege workshop with your archers. It's not really getting you anything. As RonaldRage has reformed his knights, his cavalry corps, and Running around. Is he going to be able to sneak up some Siege Onager hits while ALIKOG isn't looking? This could be the game. Decides to try to deny the castle instead. It's ALIKOG with 16 villagers. Is this Siege Onager going to get away? No, it does not. Okay. So RonaldRage has about twice the eco. The eco KD is insane. ALIKOG has killed 22 and lost 52. Economy. But the military KD is about the same for them. About 300 for each. Although it looks like RonaldRage hasn't had as many deaths as ALIKOG has had kills. I think that's because ALIKOG was killing spearmen down here. RonaldRage putting up a castle here. I don't understand this castle. What does this castle protect? I guess it protects these trees, and it prevents ALIKOG from coming around this way. But there's not really anything back here either. All the resources are in the center of the map. RonaldRage would be better off with a castle like right here. Disputing this peat farm, or protecting this peat farm, and claiming this gold mine. As we're going to get another attack. ALIKOG with all this food despite not having any on food. Siege Onager does get a hit. RonaldRage with an attack round misses. Surely this is the end of it. ALIKOG with 1 military. He's got a ton of resources, though. He's got 9 Arbalisters in queue, 3 ranges making them. As RonaldRage is trebbing this castle down. And I think RonaldRage just needs to keep up the pressure at this point. Don't give ALIKOG any breathing room. ALIKOG and his 14 villagers. ALIKOG has no villagers on any resources. But he does have a lot of resources in the bank. Don't know if ALIKOG is going to do anything more. He's got this one castle left that's got all of his villagers in it, I think. Doesn't want to give it up. RonaldRage is abusing the market as ALIKOG calls it. GG. GG, well played. Both players. It's kind of interesting and fun to watch. I'm going to have to look into that trade workshop to see if it's secretly giving players resources other than wood, because it's certainly not supposed to. But both players played well. ALIKOG was stubborn with the unit composition, only wanted to make one type of unit, and he paid dearly for it in the end. Because even though Saracens didn't get Cavalier or anything like that, the Arbalisters were just not efficient against Cavalier long term. He needed some pointy boys in there. And RonaldRage just making completely wrong unit composition against ALIKOG. I mean, in theory, heavy cavalry are excellent against archers, but not his heavy cavalry. Siege Onager wasn't really effective. He needed rams or skirmishers, depending on what he wanted to do. Skirmishers if he wanted to kill archers, and rams if he wanted to knock down buildings. But that was a really fun set. Both of these players had an opportunity to win this game. But in the end, RonaldRage proved victorious. So therefore, we will give the win to RonaldRage here on the scoreboard. What do you guys think about those matches? What do you guys think about the maps? Any ideas for how to improve them? Let me know in the comments. So this has been a best of 3 ALIKOG versus RonaldRage, the Silver Division, the King of Ireland tournament. Thanks to everybody who joined us today, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon.